Hey kids, welcome back to Worth the Spin. I'm your host, Just Jack. Welcome back to the show. I know I've been gone for a while. Wasn't really planned to be gone this long, but it just happened. Me and the wife took a couple of weeks for a vacation, and I planned to do some recording along the way as I hit some record stores here and there. But unfortunately, that didn't pan out. But I do have some footage of some of the places that I went, and it's just a point of me trying to figure out how to edit stuff so I could edit it into the video. Probably won't be on this video. So, but anyhow, took a little vacay, and so we're back. So, went to a few places, Chicago, Indiana, and brain at work here, Michigan, and hit some record stores along the way there, and hit some record stores on the way back. Pretty disappointing experience overall as far as any record hunting along the way. I hoped getting out of Missouri and getting into some other states I could find some stuff at some places that I don't usually find here at home. Didn't work. I didn't find very much at all. Did find a few things, and I have those for you. But otherwise, I did not have any luck. There was one shop, and I don't have the card here. I have some cards and stickers I got from places, but had amazing. This shop is amazing. Okay, it is amazing. I have never seen so many first pressings in my life of stuff. I'm talking Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Def Leppard, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath. Styx, the Cars. Just almost every single record I touched, almost every single one was a first pressing. Covers weren't always all mint, but the records themselves were 95 to 100% mint. It was incredible. But unfortunately, this is a guy who uses Discogs as a pricing tool. And a lot of people do, so I can't really say anything. A lot of people do use it. But everything was at the high end. I went through maybe, 8-9 records before I got bored of doing it, and everything I saw was on the high end of Discogs. So some of them just weren't worth it. Some of them that came with posters or inserts didn't have the posters, didn't have the inserts, and the covers weren't 100% mint. So to me, you can't charge the high end of Discogs for a record if you're missing items from that record. I don't care if that record is almost 100% mint. And they were. I've seen Beatles records that I would love. I didn't find anything there that I needed. I did find 1 to 45, but otherwise I didn't see any records there that I needed. But I saw a whole bunch of records that would have been great to buy to replace records in my collection, because these things all had a shine to them, barely had any surface scratching, and just looked almost mint. Like most of them hadn't been played, just kind of sat there somewhere and bought and not touched. But unfortunately, like I said, he was at the high end of Discogs, in my opinion. I did do a review on the shop. I do just Google reviews, and I get them, and I do them. And I did mention in there that it was an incredible shop. The owner was great, and it was just incredible first pressings and just awesome stuff. But look out for that sticker shock when you go in there. I wasn't expecting it. This was a little town in Indiana, and we kind of went through a neighborhood and went around to get to this place. And there's not people walking the streets and stuff like that. It was like a little town, and obviously not very many people, because we didn't see hardly anybody out. And we pull up to this thing, and it was a Sunday, but still. And we pull up, and I go in, and I'm like, wow, this is what I've been looking for. This is a motherload of records. And immediately, I go to Beatles, start going through, and it is just incredible what he had. Nothing really, wow, here's a version I've never seen before, this is awesome. But just the amount that he had and the condition that these records were in was just incredible. So it would have been great to buy and replace some of mine that are not 100% mint, but his prices were crazy. He had stuff like Help. He had Help, first pressing Help that was $69. He had bunch of other, Hard Day's Night was $58. He had a white album that was $95, but had no poster, no inserts. He had it. Only thing he had I really, really wanted was an Italian white album, but it didn't have the four portraits, and it didn't have the poster. And he was charging $95, I think, for it. And I just thought that was ridiculous, especially given that it didn't have any of the poster or anything with it. But whatever. That's just my opinion. He got a little upset by my review about me saying that it was a sticker shock establishment, but the truth is, it was. Everything was just really, really high. It was great. Again, first pressings, great condition, stuff that a lot of us would go in and say, wow, I've not seen this kind of stuff before. So it would have been worth to buy if it was a more reasonable price. He said it had to do with the different pressings as far as Scranton and then East Coast. He's like, you don't understand the difference in the rarity between a Scranton help and a East Coast help. And I'm like, I guess I don't. It seems the same to me. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, so had that. Other than that, most of the shops that I went to were disappointing. First one I went to had a handful of records. I bought a couple. And then after that, I went to one place and it was very, very small. And I mean, very small. And so they weren't like in alphabetical order. Well, they were. But like Beatles was in 3 different sections based on the album. And solo stuff was kind of scattered too. They only had like maybe 10 records that, but it was scattered into different categories. Like you'd find Beatles in rock, and then there'd be Beatles over in something else. I forget what the other section was, but it had everything in like different sections. So it'd be the same group, but it would be broken up into 2 or 3 different sections. So the Beatles weren't just in one spot. They were in like 3 different spots. They only had 1 or 2 of each in the spots, but I don't know. It was just really weird how he did it. So other than that, it was pretty disappointing. I got a small handful of records I got from there. So, and then yesterday, I went by a place that I always go to. What's one of my more frequent places? And they had their thing sometimes this is rare for them. And I had some before. I think I showed one here before. So they had these little packs where they take these 45s and they stick 5 or 6 in one sleeve, and then it's $4 and you get whatever you get in there. And you're not allowed to go through them. Just pull stuff out and see what's in there. You just look at the record on the front, the record on the back, and decide, they say if it's Tony Basil, let's say. We all love Tony Basil. Just kidding. Tony Basil on this side, Tony Basil on the back, and the rest of the records in there are Tony Basil records. So you can do 4 or 5 and have a whole collection of Tony Basil probably, but nothing against Tony. Anyhow, so that's kind of, so I picked a couple of those up and figured check it out and see what's in there. For something I could use, you never know. Even if I find one good one in there, it's worth $4. So why not? So let's take a look at what I got. All right, first up, and I'm not my usual spot yet again, just because I have not gotten around to getting stuff straightened up in my regular studio. I brought all my acquisitions from my G-Fest and a side trip to a place that sells Doctor Who toys, stuff that probably doesn't interest any of you. We're here for records, and gotta straighten you guys up a little bit. You're kind of out of whack, or more. I'm out of whack, and plus the fact that it's 2 a.m. and the wife's sleeping, so I don't want to wake her up. So what I have for you, well, we'll look at first today. Man, I'm happy to be back. I missed you guys. So happy to see you guys. First off the bat, we have, let's put these over here. We have Help. I found a copy of Help. It's not the one from the expensive place. This is a more reasonable priced Help. It's just your typical repress purple label. It's one that I need, in my purple label series. So there you go. And this thing is pretty much mint, and it plays pretty much mint. Alright, so let's get that up. Hopefully we'll be back in our regular studio. Alright, pretty soon. So get that in there, because you know what I say. If I don't put these up, we'll have records rolling all over the room. It happens. Alright, next one I got is, I don't know if I'm a little embarrassed to show this one or not. So I listened to this one as a kid and haven't listened to it since. And I haven't really seen it. I have not seen this record in, let's be honest, probably 40 years. I have not seen this record. I'm not hunted for this record and didn't really care that much about it. But it was there. I'm like, cool, I don't have it. First glance, it looked like an original pressing. So I figured I'd grab it just to have in my collection. But it turns out it's like a 1981 repress. It's an import from England, it looks like, too. So it is. Get ready. Don't judge me. Yeah, there you go. Alvin and the Chipmunks do the Beatles. Well, sing the Beatles. So, yeah. I haven't listened to this since I was a kid. And I thought, I'm going to get this and check it out. And see if it holds up to memory. It doesn't. It doesn't. I tried. I got like 3 songs in, and I'm like, man, I can't do this anymore. This noise they make is just... So it's not a perfect condition record. I try to clean it up and get some of the surface scratching out of it. It's got a little too much surface scratching, but it doesn't affect it. This is the label it's on. Side A. There's side B for you. Make sure it lines up so you can see it. It has a little more crackle on it than I was hoping. I haven't ran it through the sonic cleaner yet. I just did it with my hand cleaner. It shined it up, but I don't think it got it really as clean as it could be. Sonic cleaners get them so much more clean. So yeah, I got 3 songs in, and I'm like, oh man, I can't do this anymore. I guess it was good back when I was a kid in the early 70s, but other than that, so some of the songs that they do on here, let me show you. I'm going to show you the back cover. I'll show you the back cover to it. This is the back cover. You can see it. Bit of a glare going on, I know. Alright, so they do their versions of All My Loving, Do You Want to Know a Secret, She Loves You, From Me to You, Love Me Do, Twist and Shout. I didn't make it that far. I think I got 3 songs in. I'm like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Hard Day's Night, P.S. I Love You, I Saw Her Standing There, Can't Buy Me Love, Please Please Me, and I Want to Hold Your Hand. So, but it was just one that I don't have, and I just thought, fill a hole with it. I can always say, somebody could say, yeah, you got a ton of Beatle records here, but I don't see Alvin and the Chipmunks. Well, you do now. Yeah, so that was the extent. That was the first store I stopped at. And I found those 2, plus I found this one here. This isn't Beatles related, but I do like this guy, and I think this is a fantastic album. It's John Baldry. Everything Stops for T. And the big reason that I got this is I like this album a lot. It's really good. They had another one there of his that I wanted, and I should have got it. And I was kind of debating. I had to kind of watch the money. It was a big weekend. I knew I was going to an event where I was going to spend a lot of money, and then I was going to somewhere else where I would probably spend a lot of money. So I was being cautious about what I buy. If it wasn't Beatles and really need it, then I was kind of like, But this is the first time. This is the inside. This is the first one I've seen in, I don't know, ever, that has the gatefold cover. The ones I usually find in the shops are just a single reissue. It does not have the gatefold cover. So that was pretty cool. So since I said I'm a bit of a John Baldry fan, I had to get it. And in case you don't know, this is one of the places where one of the early starts for Rod Stewart and Elton John was with John Baldry. This album here, Everything Stops for T, has Rod Stewart producing it and doing some of the backgrounds as vocals and stuff like that. No, this is Elton John produced one. And the other one, which the title escapes me because my brain doesn't work good anymore, was Elton John was on there. And he did some backing vocals, and Rod Stewart was to help produce that one too. So between Rod Stewart and Elton John, they did quite a bit of work on these two albums. More background stuff, but there is some backing vocals, and there is a song on here that John Baldry does with Rod Stewart. Mama isn't. What is it? Mama Ain't Dead. It's a cool song. I like John Baldry. If you haven't listened to his music, his earlier stuff is kind of, I don't know, kind of sappy-ish, we'll go with. But when he got into the earliest 70s and he started working with some members of Fleetwood Mac, Fleetwood Mac opened for John Baldry, I believe, at one point before they made it big. Rod Stewart and Elton John. Then he started doing, to me, more quality material. I don't know. I'm going to say quality material. I'm not sure. Okay, so that was from the first shop I went to. The next two shops I didn't find anything. It was pretty disappointing. Next shop I went to, I found this. And that was it. This isn't Beatle related, but this is, I found, so it's a British television show, and I am a big fan of the show. And this 45 was released and imported to America back in the early 80s, and it is the soundtrack to the Blake's 7 TV series. So if you're a fan of that, there you go. If you're not a fan of it, you should be. It's a great show. But this is the 45, and it is meant like it hasn't been played. And it's just theme music from this series. But I'm a big fan of that series, so there you go. Next shop I went to, I found, and this is the place I had the expensive records. And this is one thing I found there to buy, and I paid too much for it, I know, but I have not seen this in a while. And when I do see it, it's at the off records show I get to go to. I don't get to go to much, so it always seems like something comes up and I have to miss it. So this last one was the weekend we were out of town, so I missed it because of that. So this is the German Helen Wheels, backed with Country Dreamer, and this is I do love this little cover. And unfortunately, the cover does have writing on it, but when I see it, it shows it's like $35, $40, $50. So it was $15. So even though it has the writing on it, I went ahead and got it anyway. So just a cautionary note again: stop writing on your records, people. The back of the sleeve is this here, and advertising a few things. And it has, what's kind of cool is here at the top has this little part you can cut off to put in your jukebox if you put records in a jukebox. So you've got that little tab to put in front, so people know that the song's in there. It plays really good. Very little crackle. 45s are hard to clean because you can't run them through a sonic cleaner. It's got a little bit of surface scratching to it, but there's your A side, and here is your B side. So that was $15. I was happy with that. Like I said, when I see it at some of the record shows I've gone to, it's always been $35, $40 or more. So I was happy with this for that. I just wish the other records he had were more reasonable priced. He had some stuff other than the Beatles that I needed, but unfortunately, given the price, there was no way I was touching it. So this was the last record store we stopped at, and this was Indiana, I believe. Only thing they had, there was a nice little shop. They had nice records. Again, it seems like most of the ones I found are kind of in small towns, and we went through like neighborhoods to get to them and stuff. So They weren't like in the main downtown thing, which usually record stores are. It was just kind of like you go through all these houses for, 5-6 blocks, and then you come across this record store sitting and kind of tucked away. So I found this. Every Man Has a Woman Who Loves Him, John. This was from the Yoko Ono done album of the same name, where other artists covered some of John's work. And this is a 45 I don't have, and it wasn't high on my get list, but this is a promotional copy, so I thought that was pretty cool. Cost me $5. Both sides is the same. So, yep. There you go. That was $5. It's pretty much mint. Got a little tiny bit of surface scratching on it, but nothing major. Great song of John's. So, yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool. So that was the extent of my almost 2 weeks gone findings of stuff for record stores outside of my area. Disappointing, but I was hoping to hit more, but they were just not in the path on the way to or from. And I didn't want to spend a whole day stopping at 5 or 6 different record stores and taking 12 hours to get to Chicago. So that's pretty good. I got a few good ones. It's not too bad. All right, I apologize here. This is my time in the morning to have a cup of coffee and start getting everything ready for work. All right, apologize for that. All right, next up. So I don't know what's in here. I haven't looked yet. I had another event that I went to yesterday, non-record related, and I stopped by this place, and they had a box that had some of these in it, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get these and see what's in there. Maybe I'll find some stuff that's useful. Maybe I'll find junk. But again, $4 a piece. If you find at least one in there that you can use, that's good. And then maybe the others I can trade or sell. That's kind of how I will look at that. So let's take a look at the first one. So this is how they come. They come all stuffed in a 45. 145 sleeve. And there's 4 or 5 records stuffed in there, and you get them. And for that price. And so yeah, there you go. So let's see what this first one contains. Pull it out of there, just stuffed in there pretty good. Alright, first one off the bat, and this was of interest to me. Ooh, there's another one. So, this is George Harrison, and it says a white label for Dark Horse. So this is probably it doesn't say on it, but this is probably a promotional one, because it's not the typical Dark Horse label. I have to admit, I got to look into some of these and see exactly what they are, probably. So this is this song and Learning How to Love You, and this is how it came. Hold on. It just came in a white, torn up 45 sleeve. Needs to be cleaned. This place never cleans anything, and they try to charge a lot for it. So this doesn't look like a great condition record. It's definitely dirty and needs cleaning, and it has, you're probably not going to be able to see it, it has a couple ring, there you go, right there, see them rings around it. Not sure what that is. It goes all the way around. I'll try to clean it up a little bit, and hopefully it plays. But I know I don't have any white label Dark Horse stuff, so yeah, there you go. So there's that. Let's see, there's another white label one in here. And again, it's just a regular plain white sleeve. This one, it looks pretty rough too. It's probably why these are all $4. So this is a white label. Says an Apple record on it though, and it's Dark Horse and I Don't Care Anymore. And this looks kind of rough too. Hopefully I can save a couple of these. Again, it's probably why they're sold the way that they're sold. This place has like 10,000 or more 45s, and maybe they're finally starting to get rid of some of them. So there's that. Ooh, another one. So this one is also. So this is the same as. That's a little disappointing. So it's the same as this one basically. Um, it is this song and Learning How to Love You. And again, it's on a white, just a white label. Looks like the same white label that one's in. Comes in an MCA sleeve. That's interesting. Like I said, it never matched sleeves up down there, so I don't know. This is definitely in better condition. It still needs some cleaning. It's still a little rough. But, oh yeah, this is a whole lot better condition, 45, than the other one was. There's your A. There's your B. So, I'll have to check these out because, like I said, I'm not familiar with the white label Dark Horse stuff. So that's interesting. And the last one that comes in this, I got 4 for $4. So basically a buck a piece. And this is in a white sleeve too. Generic white sleeve. And this one is Cracker Box Palace. Backed with Learning How to Love You. Got quite a bit of surface scratching. It's not too bad. You can't feel anything. You know, I'm not crazy about surface scratching, but if you can't feel it and the record plays good, then I'm not too worried about it. So there you go. This is on the regular Dark Horse label. Side A, side B. So there you go. There's that. So that was the first one. So, you know, see when I clean them up, see how they play. So here's our second one. Again, just packed in there. Feels like there's more than 4 in this one. So let's find out. Alright, this one contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This contains 6 records. That's a pretty good deal for $4. So, top one, and the reason that I grabbed it, and this is in a regular plain white sleeve, and it's a Starline, blue Starline, and it looks pretty close to mint. A little bit of surface scratching, definitely needs cleaning. Like I said, this place never cleans anything. But yeah, the little labels like bubbled up there a little bit, but Ticket to Ride, I might have this already. And yes, it is. I think I might have this one. I can't always remember. Okay, so there's that. The next one is on the Target Swirl, orange Target Swirl. And this one on the little record on there, it has the one hole. So it comes in, again, this comes in a generic white sleeve. I have extra sleeves, so a lot of stuff, so I'll probably have sleeves for these. Quite a bit of surface scratching. Not too bad. I'm pretty sure I might have this one too. This is Help. And I'm Down. Love that song. So there you go. There's that one. So this one, I guess, is the Beatles one. This is interesting. It's on the Oldies 45 label. Comes in a Columbia sleeve. Alright. Label itself looks pretty worn. The record looks like garbage. This is, someone used this for a Frisbee, and they didn't catch it a lot. This is the Frisbee that hit the ground and kept scooting 20 feet back you had to run for. But it's Please Please Me on this side. And From Me to You on this side, and this record looks like garbage. Look at that. There you go. You can get a good view of it there. Horrible. Full surface scratching. Just filthy looking. Disappointing. And there's another one on the Oldies label. This is Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You. The label's got some wear and tear on it. Oh, it comes in a white sleeve again. And this doesn't look as bad as that, but it's pretty close. A lot of surface scratching, looks like shit. But I'll try to do a deep clean of these and see if I can't save them. Man, yeah, it looks pretty rough. So there you go, there's that. And I don't know if you can see. Trying to get, you can make anything look good. There you go. Look at that. That's how bad that record is. You can see right there. Both sides is pretty much the same. There you go. And sometimes, even though they're filled with surface scratches like that, they play really good if you give them a good clean. So I'll put them on my spin clean. I let them soak, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. hopefully I can save some of these. Because I don't have anything on the Odie's 45 label. This last one's on Odie's 45 label, and this looks the best of the three. Ooh, it does. It's not too bad. Some surface scratching. There's not a lot. It looks pretty good. Came in a white sleeve again. This one is Twist and Shout. And there's a place. And these, you can tell this one, there you go. Looks a whole lot better than the others. Again, just a plain sleeve. Okay, so hopefully this looks a little better than the other stuff, maybe. Alright, now last one comes in here. It comes in on the old 60s Capitol sleeve, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, there you go. And it's totally. So Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You. So there's kind of a theme to these here. This is, again, does not look very good. A lot of surface scratching, pretty dirty. Maybe I can save it, maybe I can't. I have to check to see if I have some of these, because I can't remember half the time what I have and they don't. So if I know how much time I'm wasting on them. Because if I have it and it's in far better condition, there's, obviously what's the point. But I try to save records when I can. But anyway, yeah, there you go. Let's see if we can get a good view. No, well, there you go. Right there, I think you can kind of see surface scratching. It's not as bad as some of the others. Yeah. Again, $4 for the whole pack. There you go. Some surface scratching there. You can see how it's, Again, $4 for a whole pack. I got 6 records in this, 4 in the other. Evens out the 5 for $8. So if any of these I need in my collection. I know the Oldies ones I don't have. But unfortunately, I don't know if I can save those. They look pretty darn rough. It's worth a try. So there you go, kids. That's my record finds while I've been gone. And this one's on my returners from a local place. But that's what I got. Hit quite a few stores. Was very disappointed by the stores I went to, unfortunately. And the point of stopping at some of those places was I was hoping to find something that was not like what I see here, and had something that I could use to fill my collection. But unfortunately, I came home with very little. But that's okay. That's the way it goes sometimes. So you keep going on and you just continue to look, and it's the thrill of the hunt, so they say. That's what I hear. All right, that's all I got for you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me for as long as I've been gone. I know this video is a little rough. Just getting back into the swing of things, and little obviously congested stuff going on. Still, whatever. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And yeah, have a great day, guys. So I'll check these out, clean them up, and I'll try to remember to kind of update next time if they more worthwhile or what. We'll see. But thanks for sticking with me while I was gone. Still working on that. Is Paul dead debunking? Okay, honestly, I haven't started on it yet, but I will. And other than that, that's all I got for you. Thanks for tuning in while I've been gone. I appreciate it very much. Glad you guys stuck around. Glad that you came back. Glad that you watched this video. Hope all well is in your world. And that's it. So, as always, sprinkle a little love out there. And if you can today, if you don't mind, do something good for somebody in some way today and help make their life a little bit better maybe than what it was before they came across you, because that's the whole point of it all. So again, thanks a lot. I appreciate everybody who watches these videos and who stuck around when I've been gone, waiting on me to come back and see what I have. And unfortunately, I don't have much for you, but hey, it is what it is. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys next video. Hopefully not another 2 weeks down the road. Be a lot sooner than that. But thanks a lot, and I'll see y'all later. Have a good day.